welcome to today's workout. Today we're doing trisets. If you don't know, a triset is 3 exercises done back to back to back. So you go from one exercise right into the next, right into the next. Once you finish the 3 exercises, then you can take a longer break, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever you need. And we're gonna do each triset 6 total times. So 2 trisets, 6 total times each. So before you actually start the workout, let me explain the exercises that make up our first triset. For our first triset, we're going to work legs, shoulders, and abs. And we're going to start with a deadlift variation. We're going to start with a stiff-legged deadlift. So you're going to need anywhere from light to heavy dumbbells for this one, depending on your strength levels. So go ahead and grab your dumbbells. And you want to start with a somewhat narrow stance, about hip width apart. You don't want your feet too wide, and you want to stand nice and tall. Now you can either hold the dumbbells at your side like I'm doing, or you can hold them in front. Either way is fine. From here, what you want to do is you want to have a little softness in the knees, just some softness. They're not bent, just some softness. You don't want them locked out either. And then again, holding the dumbbells at your side or in front. I prefer in front, but either one is okay. Stand up nice and tall, chest out, shoulders back. And from here, we're going to come forward. And as you come forward, you want to think about your upper back moving like this. So there's 2 ways your back can move. You can bend like this, which is what we don't want, or you can hinge your hips, which is what we're looking for. Push your butt back, hinge your hips, and keep that back nice and flat. And when you do this, you're going to really feel it in the hamstrings, which are in the back part of your legs here. So very important that you're keeping that back flat. So again, get your stance nice and tall, back flat, some looseness in the knees, and then just push those hips back, let those shoulders come forward, as far down as you can comfortably go, to where you feel like if you go any farther, you're going to start to do this. That's too far. So just go whatever your hamstrings are able to do or let you do. So push that butt back, come on down, and then when you get to the bottom, just stand all the way back up nice and tall. Push that butt back, come down, up, nice and tall. You're going to do 12 of those. From there, you're going right into our shoulder movement, which we're going to do bent over flies. So you're going to grab a lighter pair of dumbbells for this. And we're actually going to do these in a thumb in position. So that means when we're holding it, our thumbs are facing each other. So rather than the palms facing each other, the thumbs will be facing each other. And then from here, you just want to bend forward so that you're parallel to the ground. Again, you want your back nice and flat. You don't want to be rounded. You want to be nice and flat. Let your arms hang down naturally. Slight bend in the elbows. And then you just want to come out to the side, up to shoulder height. So notice I'm not going back. I'm not going way in front. I'm going straight out to the side. Now from the front, it'll look like this. Here, I'm bent forward, and I'm coming up just to shoulder height there. So I'm not going way up high here, and I'm not just going like this. Also very important that you're not bouncing off the bottom like this. Have a slight pause at the bottom, come back up. Slight pause at the bottom, back up. We're working the back part of your shoulders here. So we don't want momentum to lift us up. We want the shoulder, the back part of our shoulder, the rear delt, to lift us up there. Again, we're doing 12 of those. Finally, we're going into our ab exercise, and we're going to do what's called alternating toe touchers. So you are going to lay down for this, so make sure you have a mat, a towel, carpeting, something comfortable. Go ahead, lay on your back. And you want to bring your legs straight up in the air. Now it's okay if your knees are a little bent like mine. If you have tight hamstrings like me, they're going to be bent. That's okay. And from here, you want your arms up, and you're going to reach up, you're going to crunch up, you're going to bring your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Now you don't have to get all the way to your foot. The key is that you're crunching up like this. Then you're repeating on the other side. So just back and forth, just like this. Back and forth, making sure you're crunching. Again, you don't have to actually touch your toes or anything, even though they are called toe touchers. Some of you who are more flexible probably will be able to, but I can't. We're going to do 10 each side there for 20 total reps. So once again, you're doing 12 stiff leg deadlifts. Then you're going right into 12 rear flies, and then right into 20 alternating toe touchers. Go through those 3 exercises as quickly as you can, little to no rest. Once you finish all 3, you can take a longer break, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever you need. You're going to do 6 total sets. So go ahead, pause the video here, do your 6 sets. Once you finish all 6 sets and you're rested and you're ready to go, come back, hit play, and I'll show you our second tricep. For our second tricep, we're going to work upper body, and we're going to start with a back exercise. Now, one of my favorite exercises in the gym is a straight arm pull down with a cable attachment we have at my gym. Obviously, we can't do that here, but I figured out a way to do it with dumbbells, and I'm going to show you. So you're going to need a little bit of a lighter dumbbell here, just one dumbbell. And then you're going to need something to lean on to support yourself. Now when you do this, you want your feet to be together, and the dumbbell is going to be at your side like this. So feet together, dumbbell at your side, and just whatever you're leaning on, you don't have to be super bent over on this. In fact, you don't want to be that bent over. You want to be a little more upright on this. So make sure whatever you're leaning against is fairly high, so you're not too bent over. Now you want to get your back nice and flat, and your palm is going to be facing behind you. Now here's the key. This arm has to remain perfectly straight. If you start bending the elbow, you're going to feel this in places you're not supposed to feel it. So you're here, the arm is straight, and then you just lift up, and at the top, you should really feel it squeezing your lat here. You should really feel the squeeze in your lat. And again, if you're doing something like bending the arm like this, you're not going to feel it there. You're going to feel it in the tricep, maybe the shoulder. You're going to feel it in all the wrong places. So make sure you go light enough so that you can keep that arm nice and straight, come up and squeeze. Come back down, slight pause at the bottom, up and squeeze. Just like that. 12 on one side, 12 on the other. From here, we're going to go into a bicep movement. You're going to need one medium to heavy dumbbell for this one. We're going to do a concentration curl. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. If you have a bench or a chair, you can do it seated. I'm going to show you how to do it on a knee, just assuming most of you are at home right now. So you're going to need a mat or something, or a carpet or towel, something comfortable to get on. And you're going to get on one knee. And whatever foot is forward, that's the arm we're going to work. So you're going to put your elbow against your inner thigh here and let this arm fully extend. And then while keeping this elbow against the inner thigh, you're going to curl up. Notice when I curl up, I'm not swinging up off my leg like this. I'm keeping it supported against my leg, curling up, coming back down to full extension. Curling, full extension. You're going to do 12 on one side, 12 on the other. And then finally, we're going to finish with a little bit of a combo exercise here, kind of a push-up arm combo here. We're going to do a push-up with a shoulder tap. So I'll show you a couple ways you can do this. If you can do push-ups on your toes, that's the ideal way. Now, I see a lot of bad push-ups out there, like really bad. So I'm going to show you the right way to do a push-up. First of all, the position, hands under the shoulders, up on your toes. Make sure your body is in a straight line, your butt's not up like this. Now the biggest problem I see when people do push-ups is they just lower their face like that. They think that's a push-up. It's not a push-up. Your whole body needs to drop down together. So this is the right push-up. Your whole body dropping down and then coming back up. Now if you're not strong enough to do it on your toes, that's totally fine. You can also do this on your knees. But again, I see people making the same mistake even when they're on their knees. So they're like this, and they get in this position here, and then they can only lower like this. You need to make sure your hips are forward and your feet are in the air. That way when you come down, your entire body has to come down and then back up. So that's the right way to do a push-up. I don't care if you do them on your knees or on your toes. Either way is fine. What we're going to do here is we're going to do a push-up, and we're going to add in a little shoulder tap just to give the arms a little extra work. So I'll show you from the front what that looks like. So get into your push-up position, do a good push-up, and then when you get to the top, you're going to tap, tap. You're going to do a push-up, and you're going to tap, tap. Now how will that look on your knees? Again, same thing. Get into a good position, hips forward, make sure your body's nice and flat. Do your push-up, and then tap, tap. And if you want, if the tap is too easy on your knees, you can always do the push-up on your knees, then come up on your toes and do the shoulder taps. Then go back on your knees, do the push-up, back up on your toes, and do the shoulder tap. I'm okay with any of those variations. Again, you're going to do 12 of those. So 1 rep is a push-up with a shoulder tap on each side. That's 1 rep. So again, we're doing 12 straight arm pushbacks on each side, followed by 12 concentration curls on each side, followed by 12 push-up with shoulder taps. Go through those 3 as quickly as you can, little to no rest in between. Once you finish all 3, you can take a longer break, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever you need, and you're going to do this 6 times. And once you finish all 6 sets, congratulations, you're done.